You're tuned in with the illest on middays here at Vocalo Radio. I'm your boy Bekoe. I got my homie Qari with me. How you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, man. I'm feeling blessed. It's weird times, but I'm feeling blessed.
It's definitely weird times we in right now. What you been doing to get through these times lately?
I've been doing push-ups. I've been reading a little bit. I've been rewatching Game of Thrones. That's been tight. Hanging out with my daughter. Hanging out with my girlfriend. I've been working on an album since the end of December 2018. Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up too. I saw a tweet from I saw a tweet early on Twitter breaking down like who would you say is an artist that deserves. It was some type of tweet, but I saw them mention you, and I saw through the comments they were saying like you working on a project and it's definitely gonna take you to the next level. So you working on some music, huh?
Yeah, that's an interesting way to describe it, like take me to the next level. But like I'm just excited to share it and see like who connects with it. It's about me growing up essentially. I'm about to be 24. A lot of the music I put out, I've been like coming out of my teenage years and just learning a lot about the world. I had to learn about being a father, learn about being a creative and being a young Black man in Chicago,
Yeah, so like, definitely.
It's dope to be like, just be able to like tell my story, tell my, my narrative the way that I want to talk about things.
Oh yeah. I hear you say that, I can already feel inside that this music coming from the heart right here.
Absolutely.
I got a feeling that it's gonna blow Chicago away when it's released. But are we looking at, will it, I guess, release sometime this year?
I definitely want to release it this year. I've been working on it, like I said, all of 2019, and we're getting into the visual side of things. I'm just trying to conceptualize what it's gonna look like, the rollout.
Okay.
But yeah, I would love to drop it this year. Okay. That would be tight. It's gonna come out this year, I think.
Got you. Now, can we get a title, a possible title?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Look, I'm pushing it, huh?
No, it's cool. I appreciate that, bro. Please.
Push it. Hey, I'm excited because it's like, your last project, if I'm not mistaken, but besides, I'm talking about just you, was 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Is that when I dropped Operation Hennessy?
Yeah, that was with Slime. Green Slime. That was 2019.
That was like February 2019. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I'll be forgetting that. That's how long it's been since I dropped something of my own. Like, because time just flies. But I really like appreciate taking time to myself and like claiming my space as an individual and as an artist. Like, it's probably smart to saturate the market with your music, maybe, but that it's not. There's no rules to it, so it's neither here nor there. So like, I just have found myself naturally enjoying to step back from things and take my time on my shit and try to make sure that like it's something that I connect with. And this project is definitely something that I've connected with, and I've been able to sit and like see myself, and it's been a learning experience for me 100%.
And that's why I personally feel like with you taking your time, it's a great thing because it leaves room for your audience to miss you and want to hear the maturity that you bring to the table with the next project you drop. So me personally, I'm happy that you're not saturating because it leaves us guessing like, man, what's next? What's in the works? I wonder how he's finna come. So I'm happy that,
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I think allowing people to hear the progress and like hear the difference between like the last thing I put out, I think that's going to be overall enjoyable. And like I just me trying at least to challenge myself, it's not always like it's not easy to, you know, stay like your best creative self all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like I like to be this. I think I've struggled with being open about that and what that looks like for me as an artist. And like I think this project, like I try to touch on that a little bit, share what it feels like to be in the middle of a creative process.
Well, you being a father and having a daughter at that, how have you been, balancing the music and fatherhood?
I think just being invitational with my daughter, allowing her to see me working on something creative and like putting myself out there, I think that's fun to share with her. I think that also goes into like me taking my time with my craft and like waiting for inspiration kind of.
Okay.
You kind of rediscover what you draw inspiration from when you bring a life into the world.
I know. I know exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah, like before, you know, you just transition. I can't be in certain places at certain times. I can't be everywhere now because I have a daughter. I need to be present, and finding balance as a musician and a father is it's not easy because um, you know, I think just all artists struggle with like identity issues when you just like people may not understand why you decided to be a creative. People may not understand how someone could, you know, dedicate so much time to something that's not a conventional like job or something.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I just like getting people to understand that making music is my job, and that is being a father is also my job. And on my end, balancing them hasn't really been difficult at all.
Lastly about your daughter, do you see her taking anything from you musically? Do you see her practicing on singing or rapping or?
Absolutely, man. My daughter's actually very musical. It's kind of tight to see. She has her range is crazy. She screams. When she screams, you know how kids just kind of scream when they're
Yeah,
playing? Her
yeah.
scream is like thunderous.
She
And like,
busting ass.
for a second I'm mad, like, shut your ass up, But then I'm like, you need to be in the opera or something. You kind of got some vocals. She also has really, really good pitch. Um, she has rhythm. Um, she has very, very good pitch, and she sits at a piano and she can like play chords. Like every time she plays, it's kind of pretty. She has a natural thing with it, and I just love that. I don't want to Joe Jackson her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to figure out what's up. What's to it?
Now, music-wise, we talked about the upcoming project that you may release this year. Mm-hmm. Operation Hennessy was your latest EP. Well, I'm just say project because it really was. I'm just say your latest release, and that was with Slime, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? That's his proper name, or should I say Green Slime?
No, you can I call him Slime. That's the Slime. That's the Ghoulie Man, Slime Ghoulie. The Black Adam Sandler. He got a lot of monikers.
Hey, the boy got character.
Oh man, he's actually just one of the best minds I know, and one of the funniest people alive. Like he's just his timing is impeccable.
Yeah. I done seen some things from him. I'm like, this man is hilarious, and
oh man,
and then you hear his music is it's like you get blown away, and then y'all two partner up and bring Operation Hennessy together. Like, what was y'all on Hennessy when y'all created the project? Like, what's the backstory?
I will say, you know, I'm not gonna promote drinking, but like I don't like Hennessy. It's gross. I don't know what's wrong with people, but you know, as a black man, I understand that Hennessy is a huge part of our culture. So I'm not gonna denounce that. I just am not touching on Hennessy, man. I am a tequila guy through and through. Um, we got the idea from the movie Life Aquatic, which is like a cult classic. Bill Murray goes to steal Jeff Goldblum's supplies from his boat because he was on his boat, but he needed some more supplies and it was running out. So he hopped on Jeff Goldblum's boat, and it was called Operation Hennessy when he like went in and like got some necessary resources. And like I feel like we talked about Operation Hennessy, the project just being that for us, like going and like kind of gathering energy from our love, which is hip hop, like us doing a lot of sampling and you know just cutting and drawing from our inspirations to create something. You know, it was just like a really high collaborative thing.
Everybody wants to know this, but I'm gonna get into it slowly. Now, when I first got introduced to you, of course it was through the group Hurt Everybody. You all single-handedly changed the underground culture of Chicago, like single-handedly shifted how things operate here. And y'all did it independently, came together as a group that turned into a super group, sold out shows, and a cult fan base. I'm part of that fan base. Like, did you, when you jumped in, when you guys formed this historic group, did you ever see this coming in the future? Like, did you ever see this success coming your way?
That's an interesting question. Nah. See, with musicians, everything is about a feeling, you know? And when it's like those moments when we were together in the stew, just that space that we created for each other to be motivated, encouraged, and creative, despite our creative differences, like that always felt good, and we always knew that went a long way. Like coming together and like really appreciating first and foremost like where we were and what we were able to do with each other. We really just had a lot of fun, and I dropped out of high school to make music, and there was a piece of me who was like, I'm about to go achieve my dreams, you know, like my dreams before Hurt Everybody were as simple as like damn near just making a song I liked and going to perform to crowds and traveling and meeting some of my favorite artists or whatever, you know? Like I worked for that shit and we achieved it. So that just felt good, you know?
Yeah.
It felt like being on like the Bulls or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all was winning. Y'all definitely was winning some rings. Now, you know, hey, y'all definitely got some rings. Sold out shows is a ring, my brother. That's not easy to achieve. And
that's real. And like it's real. Like I remember I would see you know when I was 15, 16 when you know Save Money was doing the shows at Reggie's, and I remember I was young and I was like, man, I need a job, you know, and Tokyo from Save Money, you know, he was like, you got one. And I was like, okay, bad. You know, like, cool, I got a job. Like, all right, this is what I'm, you know, just little stuff like that. Like sometimes you just need that little push.
yeah.
You know? And Super, when I met him, you know, he was much older than me. I was 17 when Hurt Everybody started, and Super was 24. And he was just one of the most motivated people I've ever met. And dedicated and just like hardworking, and one of the most creative people I've ever met. So I just felt like that was perfect for me at that time because I needed help with that at the age of 17. I just dropped out of high school, you know. I needed a guidance, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and Super offered that in a lot of ways, you know, and I appreciate that a lot.
How are you all's relationship now? Like you, Super, Mulatto, with you all, you know, older and mature and a lot more mature now. How's the relationship now?
You know, it's grown. You know, we've definitely had our differences, but right now I think it's stronger than it's ever been. Me and Freddie talk regularly. We shoot the shit. Um, we send music back and forth. We actually have an EP started that we're like really. I think it's some fun. It's some. I think it's the best music we've ever made. So like,
Yeah, y'all in the
I'm
comfort
excited
zone.
to like see what's up with that. Share that. You know, Super's working on a project right now. I'm working on my project. We thought about like speaker box love below in that. You know, we gonna wait. We're gonna see if that's the vibe. But you know, I think I think all of our biggest thing is to staying positive and staying creative. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and and like pushing each other and really believing in ourselves and just doing the best, like getting better, man.
Yeah.
And like Mulatto, you know, that's been my best friend since, you know, since before I had everybody, since like I was 16, 15, 16. And so we were always, you know, collaborating. We got so much music in the dumps. We might drop some loosies in the next couple of weeks, just like a damn, it's quarantine. We weren't gonna drop these, but here.
I know this is something that everybody want to know. So I'm gonna ask it. Can we expect another Hurt Everybody project?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Me and Freddie have worked on a lot of music um in the past year. Uh we intend entirely to work on more music and yeah, we're gonna drop it. We are hoarders, it's true. Super is less of a hoarder than me. Super drops. I don't drop. I just be chilling. But I definitely like. I need to stop chilling. Like I need to drop music and just like come talk more and share my stuff more. So um, Super pulls me out of my rabbit holes from time to time. Get me come to the studio. You
I'm
know.
happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I got the chance to pull you out your rabbit hole too, and you know, share some stories with us. But yeah, I don't think I have any more questions. We pretty much touched bases on everything.
Once again, I thank you so much. I'm really appreciative, dude.
All right, my brother. You enjoy the rest of your day and be safe.
Thank you so much, man. Blessings to you and your family, and be safe.
You too.